Hey guys, my name is Billy Giordano. I am one of the co-founders of Staffedup, and I'm going to run through a quick demo to show you what it looks like from the applicant perspective as well as the employer perspective and how to use the site. And if I go too quick, which I might, there is a little chat bot down here. If you have more questions, you can always reach out to us directly. You can also find answers in our help desk here with some FAQs and a bunch of fun articles for you to read. Maybe not fun, but at least informational. So that's always available for you. What we're going to do is start from an applicant perspective. So if you do not have an account with us, you land on this landing page and you just want to find work, all you have to do is click Find Jobs Now. We're going to automate the process for you as far as finding your location based on your IP address, and we're going to find the jobs that are closest to you so that you can review everything that is basically in the radius that you've already got predetermined and set. There is customization around it, so you can actually look for companies, cities, radiuses here. But let's say, since we're using Room 38 today, in the demo, we're going to use Room 38. I would like to work at this location. We have everything set up so it is very mobile friendly, looks great on mobile, looks great on tablet, of course on desktop, and we've got it set so that it is very digestible, very easy for you to understand what you're doing, what you're looking for, and if you wanted to apply for a position, all of this information here is fully customizable for the employer so that they can actually represent their hiring culture and the specific position requirements that they have. And then as an applicant, when you're ready to actually apply, it's as simple as your full name, email, and setting a password. We do all the legal stuff for you, and then you start the application. Or you can do it with Facebook and LinkedIn where you skip all of this stuff, and you can not only create your account with that where it pulls in your picture and your contact information, but that's the easiest way to log in as well every single time with just a click, so you don't have to type anything in. So we offer a very fluid application process for the applicant, and then if you had an account with us, you would actually be able to log in. Since we're clicking apply with Facebook, it's just going to log me in instead so that there's no confusion, and then I'm going to go ahead and apply for a position. It'll drop down the questions since I already have an account with my resume uploaded and everything good to go for this particular position. Now these questions again are customizable, and they're customizable around positions. So you can ask one question and apply it to all positions in your company or just specific positions, so you're asking the right people the right questions to evaluate them for the work that you're looking for. So if I did not have that account already with Staffedup, it's as simple as asking them, do they have a resume? If they do upload it, you can take a picture from your phone. You can upload a PDF or a doc. You set your availability, and then you can submit the application based on those questions that I just showed you. And if you did not have a resume, we actually have a resume builder. It's just a little step-by-step questionnaire that says, what was your work history? What was your school history? Do you have any skills and certifications? Would you like to provide any references? And then we populate that resume so that the applicant has the opportunity to put their best foot forward, irrelevant of the current resume or whether or not they're going to build a new one. So I'm going to go ahead and sign out of my applicant side facing account and show you just a couple of things for integration on the employer side for representing your brand and integrating with your website as well as with social media. So right now we're going to look at a couple of restaurants. This is Room 38 again. We've got a simple Apply Now tab. If you're looking at Wasabi, they've got a Careers tab, which actually shows all, I believe, 10 of their locations that use Staffedup. Yaya's does it as a apply for a job, and 9th Street Public House has it in their header. So if you're looking at any of these locations and you wanted to apply, you simply click it. It goes right to the hiring portal or hiring page for that establishment with the map and everything included, where you can review the information. We also integrate directly with Facebook, so you can post from your account. We design this collateral for you, as well as print collateral for in-house if you'd like it. And what's nice about this is posting directly from your account creates this embedded image, which we design and upload for you. You can say anything you want about it, and when the applicant from their phone or from their computer clicks on the image, typically you're going to have to try to find the URL, click it, and make sure you're going to the right place. We actually send them directly to the application process for your establishment, again, making it very simple, very easy to use. So let's go ahead and sign in as an employer so you can see what it's like to manage applications. And again, we are going to be using Room 38. Now this is a live account for our restaurant. And looking here, this is basically your homepage. So you have a dedicated hiring link. This is going to be your URL, which you can share anywhere you want on the web, social media, email chain newsletters, whatever you want. Put it where you like, put it in Craigslist, and direct all your applicant traffic here. We also integrate with job boards automatically for you so that they are going to be posting things like Google Jobs and Trovit and Job Inventory and sending people back to your Staffedup page to submit applications. And then obviously people use Staffedup in your website and your brand. Basically any traffic that you have, we help drive traffic so that you get applications like this. If you look at this, we're looking at 146 qualified apps, which means they've met my minimum criteria and I've saved them for later because I'm not hiring. And 26 unattended, which just means I have not reviewed. And we're going to get into that in a second. Let's go over to the account settings real quick. For anyone who's got front of the house, back of the house managers and wants to split it off, you can actually manage users and add users by inviting team members. You can send emails or get a shareable link, and you can put the email address and name and then set the permissions as well as manage the particular positions that they get to see and manage and hire from. So it's as easy as that. You send the invitation, you've set your permissions, now they have a login where they can access and manage the appropriate positions that you want them to work with. Looking at your profile, all this stuff is customizable. Background image, logo, your social hiring image, which we do for you. Response messages, this is really great because we pre-draft this stuff for you, but you can customize it at any time, and everything that you do, which is an actionable item, will send a message and tell the applicant in reference to the position you applied for, this is what we're saying. So open interviews, interview scheduled, application saved. I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like. Adding it to your website, we have information here where you can actually send it to your developer or copy the instructions and send it to your developer, but it takes no time at all. And yeah, it's super simple super simple to use, but we will help you every step along the way if you need it. Let's look at posting jobs to Facebook real quick. Like I mentioned, it's as simple as this. You can actually post jobs to Facebook, type whatever you want, share it to a friend's timeline, group, event, a page you manage. So I might share it to room 38 because that's my establishment. You can check in to make sure people know where you're at, and then you post to Facebook, it goes live, and people can click that image. Let's go back to our account. All right, so looking at customization, why don't we do that? All right, position management, this stuff is super cool. Very easy to use. You can actually add a position, and we will customize things for you. The category is going to be stuff that we try to keep organized for our search database. But let's say we're going to do food runner. We actually have the pre-drafted descriptions for you. You can call this food slinger if you want. This will be with a representation of the actual position when they're looking at it. But if they're searching for things that are more generally searched, it's going to help because of that position category. All this stuff you can edit as well, but we've got it in there to save you some time. You set your statuses and save it and go live. So you can also change statuses with one click. If you set it to hiring, it's going to keep your position that is hiring higher ranked in your list. It's also going to help people find it faster on Staffedup when they're doing general searches because hiring is featured a little bit higher than the accepting applications positions. So very easy to manage there. And now looking at questions, this is one of my favorite parts about this because you can ask whatever you want and kind of automate your hiring process. And we also do have some more automation coming out over the next month that's going to make things pretty cool. But you can look at my application questions. I have 1 year of experience around some of my higher level positions. Having a cell phone is important to me as an employer, so all positions, no matter what, these are mostly pre-qualifiers, and the reason that I do this is so that the system is declining people who don't meet my minimum criteria. When they get declined, not only do they get a professional message, but you still have access to that application, and you can review it if they were to email or call or send you a message asking why they might have gotten declined. There are situations where you might want to pull them back into it, and I can show you what that looks like, so you can actually pull a declined application back into your hiring process if you want. But looking at the way this works, if you want to add a question, bunch of pre-drafted stuff like we do with everything else, or you can customize it completely. You can actually format it any way that you'd like, and then you can set them as yes, no's, and freeform. You can see freeform doesn't have a pre-qualifier, but if you do yes, no, you can set it as a pre-qualifier, making sure that they answer it correctly, and assign it to all positions or just specific positions that you know that it applies to. Now let's go back and look at the management side of your applications. This is probably the best part. Obviously, customization is important to everyone, so we do offer a ton of flexibility, but where everything gets really awesome for the employer is this. So basically, if we're going through and we're reviewing applications, let's look at Maya here. I want to see, the information that she's provided, so I can actually rank her. I can take notes. I like to use this in the interview process. Clearly, the photo is not required, but it is available for them to, try to put their best foot forward. You've got their availability, which they fill out here. Any work history. If there was an uploaded uploaded resume, you could view it here, and I'll show you that in another application. But what's great about all this stuff is these are all actionable, and it's all pre-drafted. So let's just say Maya, I don't think you've got enough service staff for me and I'm not interested. Pre-drafted message, she gets a text and an email letting her know where she stands in the process. You can look at Jessica here real quick. Let's say that I like Jessica, but I am not hiring at the moment. I'm going to go ahead and save her. Same thing, text and an email letting her know where she stands in the process. So moving through all this, let's say that I am now ready to hire hostesses. Or let's actually do servers. We got plenty of those. So I've got quite a few unattended. Looks like I've got 7 here that I haven't reviewed yet, but I know that I've got, 78 saved. So because they've met my pre-qualifiers and I've already saved them, I'm going to actually go in. I'm going to invite them to an interview block, and because I don't have one open, it's going to warn me and say you need to go set that. So I'll show you what this looks like real quick. But with that one click, if I had that interview block set, which takes 2 seconds, you just add it right here. Pick today from, let's say 12 to 3, and I know I'm going to do 15 interviews, so that just set an interview block. I'm going to go ahead and delete that just in case. But looking at your interview blocks that are actually in here, this was an interview block where I invited about 60, 65 individuals, and I had a block set for 30. This interview block actually filled up, so in a matter of seconds, I invited almost 70 people. About 30 people, and actually had more people trying to get in, but they were too late, and I just didn't have time to interview more people, so I left it out. But if you're looking at it, all these people signed up for my interview process. When they came through, I have an opportunity to review them, to rank them, to take their notes. Here's this guy's uploaded resume. Basically go through all the questions that were asked and answered. This guy was referred by a current employee, which is great to know. All the information is at your fingertips from your phone, from your laptop, wherever you want to manage these guys. And it's just a really, really easy application and interview process with a ton of accountability. And then when you're actually in your interview process, what's really, really nice is, okay, I just invited 70 people. Now these 70 people, obviously it's not live anymore because that was passed. These 70 people not only got interview invites, but they got 3 reminders, a 24-hour, a 72-hour, and then after 7 days, a final reminder saying, room 38 would like to interview you. Please respond for consideration. And if they don't, we're going to pull out the people who didn't respond, automate it, and archive them. Now, archive means that there's no more action that can be taken because obviously there's no interest in the position, but you still have a full reviewable list of everyone in your system. Looks like we got about 1,600 apps here. And I can just search someone if I wanted to. We'll just try a Dave and see if that comes up. David. No Davids. Sarah's, plenty of Sarah's. Okay, so one way or another, it's as easy as that. You can always pick it up, find anybody you need, they can call and you can review their information. If they've got auto decline, it's kind of nice because you can pull it up here and say, you know what, the reason you got declined is because you didn't have a year of experience. We made it very clear that we require that, and so the system went ahead and pulled it out for me. But one thing that I just skipped over is that you can actually review them, and if you wanted to pull them back into the hiring process, you could still set up an interview or save them from your decline folder. And then we've also got some automation and some settings where you can manage how long they stay here, as well as how long it takes for people to get archived. And then there also is a reapply timeline where people who have applied for a position after a certain amount of time can reapply to get back into your interview process or your application process. So as far as management's concerned, again, we try to make this as fluid as possible, try to give you the opportunity to use bulk actions so that you can manage a bunch of people at one time, where you can message them, save them, invite them to interview, decline, whatever you want. Again, if you've got all these rankings for your interview process, I like to use those and keep my 5 stars for heavy consideration, 4 stars are considered, 3s, 2s, and 1s. If I had 20 3s, I could select all 20, go to bulk action, decline, and they're actually going to get an interview process different message decline than the application process decline, because we follow you through the application process with automated messaging the entire way. And so your actionable items change as people move through the process. And so you've got these things that you're, able to use based on where they are in the process. So in a nutshell, that's pretty much, I believe, all of the information that is pertinent that you might need to really understand what we do and how we do it. But if you need anything else from us, we're always available. Please email us. You're more than welcome to call us. Our contact information is always in our emails. And then, of course, this chat bot down here. This is here 24/7, 365, and we are always here to help. Okay, guys, we appreciate you spending this much time with us. A lot of information in 15 minutes. Good luck with anything. If you need us, we're always here. Thanks.